Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have a cruise ship that is done its final sailing, but it's not going anywhere. It's going to another cruise line. We also have another case of a cruise ship being turned away from a port. And yeah, guess what? Bookings are up in this area. In fact, in a lot of areas. And we also have a report from the diver who rescued the man from the Carnival Valor who went overboard. So the Carnival Venezia has just finished her final sailing and will now head over and be, how do we say, carnivalized, be made more in the Carnival brand. Now, it's not going to have the full treatment like you would expect to have all things changed and make it faster to the fun and, you know, the fun ships and all that 2.0. But instead, it's going to be what they call Carnival Fun Italian style, where it's not going to get the full change. For instance, the atrium on board is very Italian, and the theater is like the big theaters in Italy. Those will probably remain pretty much the same, but some other places, of course, they're going to get the new restaurants. They're going to do things like that and bring those on board, and it will set sail in North American markets sometime in 2023. So a lot of people have already been booking and looking forward to that, but the final sailing as a Costa ship just happened. Next, we have the diver who actually rescued the person who went overboard on the Carnival Valor, who was 15 hours in the water. Everybody was calling it a Thanksgiving miracle because it was, crazy to find that somebody stayed around that long. But the diver said it had to be just pure will to survive that the person was there, because the last few minutes when he saw the helicopter and he just waving his arms in the air, trying to get attention any way he could, by the time the diver got to him, he said that literally he was exhausted and going down. He said, had he been 30 to 60 seconds later getting to the man, we probably would have lost him forever. 15 hours in the water, and it came down to under a minute between life and death. That is a Thanksgiving miracle, I'll tell you. But wow, that is a lot of will to survive. So it kind of makes you think that this wasn't done on purpose, but we still don't know the reason how the person fell into the water. But at least it turned out to be a good news story. Now we also have a bunch of places are reporting record attendance from cruisers and cruise ships and population, and we have a cruise ship that was turned away. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with all the news in cruising and all the new ships that are going out and all the destinations. I've been to Norway, Amsterdam, transatlantics recently, and I'm heading off to another destination very, very shortly. In fact, before the end of this year, and I'm very excited to head there and show you where I'm going. I'm going to keep that a secret for now until it's finalized, but I've already bought my airline tickets and they're non-refundable, so I'm pretty much going. Yeah, just hit the subscribe button, and it doesn't cost a thing. It just says, hey, more people like videos about cruising. Let's share it to more people. And that's how subscribing works. It just says, let's share it. Let's share it, see if anyone else is interested. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk about the Grand Princess in Australia. She was on her way to Newcastle, but they have what they call an elevated amount of COVID on the ship. And when they talked to the people in Newcastle, they said, okay, no, you can't come here. And so the cruise ship has diverted and is headed into Victoria. One of the other things that has come out that rumors were is that they said if you do want to come in to Newcastle, you have to test every single passenger getting off the ship. And after talking it over with the cruise line and everything, they decided not to do that and to turn around and head. Now, is that a way of saying, let's not announce how many cases are on board, let's leave it at elevated. So when we get back to dock, people can still get off the ship because they're not testing them when they get off the ship. I don't know. That is what one report is coming out and claiming. Conspiracy theories, think of what you will. But yeah, again, they really don't know yet how to handle the cruise ships and COVID in Australia and New Zealand because they're like I said, they're just starting up again, right? So they don't know, do they stick with the old, everybody has to quarantine and go to hotels? Do they just let them off? What do they do? Do they recommend they just go home and quarantine? They're all over the place with their actual decisions when the people are getting off the ship. And they just don't seem prepared yet for the amount of cases on some ships. We just had 800 cases a few weeks ago on one cruise ship. So it's got to be organized just a little better. Either open it up or do the quarantines, but come to a decision because a lot of people don't know what's going on. And is that slowing down the cruising in Australia? You would think with all the cases of COVID and the bad news and that maybe people would start, I think I'll cruise later, thank you. I think I'll go a little bit later. Even masking policies are back and things like that. Nope. Cruises are selling out in Australia. They're full. I was just checking on one with Holland America, and the only cabins left on the entire ship was a couple inside cabins, and that was it. That's how full they were. So yeah, sailings are selling out. People still want to cruise. They don't seem to care about COVID whatsoever. It seems to be more the media going on about the cases on board than the actual populace and the people on the ships. They still want to sail. They've been holding back for so long, and they just want to get back at sea. And I understand that because I was chomping at the bit here in Canada when the United States opened up and Canada still hadn't. And I couldn't get down to cruise because they wouldn't let me out of the country. So I understand exactly what they're going through. So yeah, hopefully they get all that organized and they get a more firm grasp on what to do because the reports are coming out in all different directions right now, and it seems like they're not very organized. But it's government. Who knows? Imagine a government not being organized. Crazy, right? Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.